HR team here at DePaul. And I get the privilege of introducing Dr. Roderick Nunn. Rod joined us about 1.5 years ago in 2022 as our System Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. And we're privileged to have you join us today and share your thoughts. So,
what's happening, everybody? Wow, what a great atmosphere we have in here this morning. Thank you for that introduction, Greg, and let me add my gratitude and appreciation for the wonderful reflections, musical celebrations, the trivia, Dr. Bissett. Terry, very nice, very, very nice. Melody, thank you for your song. And that King Holiday, I'm a kid of the 70s too, and we done resurrected some of my childhood idols and up in here, and it is fantastic. But yeah, thank you to so much to my SSM family here at DePaul for the invitation to be part of your annual event honoring the revered and iconic leader who forever changed the way we think, act, and dream about a possibility when it comes to social and economic justice in our great nation. And I say great nation because make no mistake about it, America is still the greatest nation on the face of the earth, despite her shortcomings, many of which shaped the life, the work, the ministry of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., some of which I will speak about this morning. When I received the invitation from Greg last month, I was excited. He will tell you that I did not hesitate to give a resounding yes. Didn't know what I would say, what the environment was like as a new person here at SSM Health, but I know I'm called to do this work. I'm assured that I'm at the right place, at the right time, with the right heart, and the right set of skills to serve in this role. So there really was no choice for me in the matter, but just an attitude of service to go forth and continue to do good work, and as my parents taught me, to bloom where you're planted. So if you'll indulge me just for a few minutes, I would like to share my heart with you as someone who comes alongside you every day with this mission to reveal the healing presence of God through exceptional healthcare services. I also want to share my heart with you as someone who continues courageously to model our values: community, compassion, respect, excellence, and stewardship, and bring them to life in our ministry every day. Y'all watch the system. Some of y'all were here for the system-wide virtual prayer service that we prepared for you. This year felt a little different for me. I've celebrated Dr. King's word for years, for many years, but I felt a stronger connection to the word, perhaps because of my role here at SSM Health. But we strive. We have some members of the D&I team here, Titus Blackman and Jackie Jefferson. Raise your hands. But as we prepared to do the event, we wanted to go a little bit deeper this year and not just have a Google, what we call a Google event. It's something you can just search on the internet and just kind of look at it and read it. But to really speak to challenges that confront us today. And so the connection was so strong for me that I decided to write a letter that I want to share with you this morning. A letter to Dr. King. Dear Dr. King, I think we made you proud, sir. And I would really like to start by emphasizing we, because it is not I, but the beloved community that I help cultivate that holds me up every day, and others like me across this great nation, that you fought so hard to mend and heal. My name is Roderick Nunn. I am called many things: husband, father, son, brother, leader, vice president of DE&I, executive coach, professor, musician. There are probably some other things I am called that I can't write about today. As I write to honor your 94th birthday, as I reconnect with your dream for America, all I can think about is my immediate family. It is so amazing to think that my siblings and I were 4 generations, only 4 generations removed from slavery, 3 generations from the Jim Crow South, 2 generations from sharecropping, and one generation from the second Great Migration that saw my parents journeying to Illinois from Mississippi in 1966 in search of a better life. Our ancestors would be proud that these three siblings, all first-generation college students produced by the union of Roy Nunn, a United Auto worker, and Dorothy Nunn, a warehouse worker, all have earned doctorate degrees and are doing very well personally and professionally, all born and raised in the city of East St. Louis. And our next generation, 5 generations removed from slavery, are set to do even better. When you dream that one day this nation would rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed, we hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. When you dream that the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners would be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. When you dream that we would live in a nation where they would not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I can see it in my own family, and I can see it in broader society. Almost a half a century after you were so tragically taken from us, we've seen and experienced Black Americans become governors, senators, mayors, in many of the nation's largest cities. Heck, even I, at the age of 30, I was blessed to become the first African-American alderman elected to represent the center city of Springfield, Illinois. We've witnessed Black men and women become university presidents at some of the most prestigious colleges in the nation. I was blessed with the opportunity to serve as a campus president at the Urban Community College here in St. Louis. You would be so happy to know that we've witnessed our nation elect the first Black president. So clearly, progress indeed has been made. It's been strong. But Dr. King, I'm also sorry to report that progress has been very delicate, very delicate. We went from President Barack Obama to yet another dog whistle for racial hostility, Make America Great Again. Even though Black leadership in some of our nation's largest cities, we have now geopolitical and socioeconomic lines of demarcation in and around those cities that threaten the fabric of our democracy. Rural versus urban, red states versus blue states, conservatives versus liberals, two Americas, polarized and divided on issues like abortion, LGBTQ+ rights, and now the new dog whistle, DEI. People hear it, they get excited, emotions rise. We even see the socioeconomic lines of demarcation play out in health equity, with study after study after study confirming that Black people are more likely to face social and economic challenges that adversely impact health, including high rates of poverty and food insecurity. Studies confirming that Black adults are more likely than white adults to report being treated unfairly because of their race, ethnicity, while seeking care for themselves or their family members all across the country. Reflecting on these health inequalities, Black people have shorter life expectancies compared to white people. And within the city of St. Louis, life expectancy decreases 18 years across zip codes, separated by a mere 8 miles. While we at SSM Health accept the challenge as healthcare professionals to disrupt the linkage between poverty and health outcomes, the work is difficult, sometimes frustrating, very emotionally taxing, as we contend with so many socioeconomic and cultural issues in broader society. Dr. King, please take a look at the news clippings that I'm sharing with you today. We all wonder, what would you say? What would you do? How would you influence the public policy arena? What would your coalition look like today? How would you keep us all encouraged together and believing for a better tomorrow? We know there's no magic potions, no magic solutions, no magic remedies. But I wish we could hear your voice one more time to rally us together around real solutions. I think we should all be reminded of those words that you wrote in 1963 in your letter from the Birmingham jail. It seems to escape us today as we've forgotten how to be civil in our pursuit of a more beloved community that you spoke about. Remember these words, Dr. King? In a real sense, all of life is interrelated. All men are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly. I can never be what I ought to be until you are what you ought to be. And you can never be what you ought to be until I am what I ought to be. This is the interrelated structure of reality. In closing, I want you to know, Dr. King, that we at SSM Health accept our part of the work as we continue courageously to honor the heritage established by our founding sisters and to provide peace, hope, and health for every person, family, and community, especially those most in need. This includes our commitment to diversity, equity, and inclusion, really a contemporary manifestation of the work started by our sisters over 150 years ago, and work that you dreamed about and ultimately gave your life for. We continue to honor your legacy and be the dream this day and every day as we work passionately and skillfully in service to our mission. Through the exceptional healthcare services, we reveal the healing presence of God. I know I will see you on the other side one day. Yours truly, Roderick Nunn. Thank you.